he was posting all these fight videos, and then someone on Twitter at the time said, "Hey, you should fight Zuck." And I said, "Well, I'm willing to fight if he is." And then Zuck posted, I think on Instagram or something, name the place or something to that effect. And I was like, okay, how about the Vegas Octagon? And then Italy actually was willing to let us use the Coliseum. So then I was like, well, can't turn that down, And then, and then I was like, well, if it's going to be in the Coliseum, we're not like, I like UFC and everything, but we don't have like tons of ads and UFC branding on the Coliseum because it's a historical, play. It's a history, it's a place of great history. You don't want to just have it be all like NASCAR.
Right.
So then, and then Zuck pulled out. Use the pull out method.
So he pulled out of it. He pulled out of it?
Yeah.
Oh. What was the narrative? What'd you hear, Jaimie?
I don't remember.
Well,
I know
listen,
you did.
I'm willing to. So he was like, "Oh no, it's got to be UFC rules." I'm like, "Well, okay, we're gonna have UFC rules in the Coliseum. It's fine, but we just don't want to have. We got to respect the historical integrity of the place."
The Coliseum just seems like the coolest place to do it.
Yeah.
That's why.
I mean, like Gladiator, come on.
And if they said it's okay,
yeah.
So he just wants it to be in the actual UFC, like in Vegas.
Yeah, so then he said, "Oh well, he accused me of not being serious." And I said, "Look, listen. At the end of the day, if I'll fight you any place, anywhere, under any rules."
Ooh,
Zuck. That's what I said.
Wow.
So I'm name the. He said name the place. And I'm like I'm happy to fight him in a house, on a mouse, with a louse. We'd like go full Dr. Seuss here.
Now, how much time?
I'm way bigger than him. This is unfair.
I know you.
I don't think you should fight me
because you're so much bigger than him.
Yeah, I'm like 50% heavier than him.
Yeah.
I'll just use I've got my patented walrus move. I just lie on him.
Walrus move?
Well, like a walrus doesn't need martial arts training.
Right.
Because it's really big. You don't want to go wrestling a walrus.
Right.
Because it's going to roll on you.
Have you ever rolled with someone who's much smaller than you that does jiu-jitsu?
Yes.
Lex. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I did 10 years of martial arts.
How much have you trained personally?
I did for a decade of it.
Well, you did a lot of karate, right?
I did
judo,
Kyokushinkai, karate.
Yeah.
I did some jiu-jitsu, taekwondo, street fighting, which was involuntary. I'm I think I'd be decent. I did martial arts competitions when I was a teenager.
Really interesting. So look at you, George St. Pierre, Elon,
John
John Danaher, the Great Master, and Lex Friedman.
But like Lex is, I think he's got like 20% heavier than Zuck. So, and I'm way bigger than Lex.
Yeah.
If I was fighting someone where I was not much bigger than them, then I would be more concerned.
How much time would you need to prepare?
I don't need any time.
No time at all?
No.
How's your cardio?
That will not be a factor.
Really?
Yeah.
Very
I mean,
what's the likelihood of this actually happening?
I'm willing to do it anytime, anywhere, any place, any rule.
Well, I think stating it this way might accelerate this process, especially on this platform.
I mean, I challenge him to a duel under any circumstances.
A sword fight?
Sure.
Jesus. That's not necessary.
Pistols at dawn.
That's not necessary. I think physical hand-to-hand.
Nerf guns at noon.
Yeah, Nerf guns at noon. Well, you could slash it out in the metaverse, but in the real world.
There's just a reason they have weight categories. Like if a horse falls on you,
right,
you can get trapped under a horse.
Right, but you're not a horse. What do you weigh? About 230?
Yeah, 240. Yeah.
Yeah.
So no, I'm not a horse, but I'm saying in the limit, if something's heavy enough, like if a horse falls on you and dies, you can get trapped under a horse and not be able to get yourself out.
Right, but if someone's good enough, like elite black belts at the 145, 155 pound weight limit, you'd be shocked. There's a ton of videos of these guys who will strangle much larger black belts.
I'm not saying it's impossible. It's just not highly unlikely. And if this were not the case, there would not be strict weight categories in martial arts.
That is true.
Yeah. It's just like armies, when the people take note when a small army defeats a big army because it is so unusual.
Yes.
Not because it's normal.
Right.
If it's like it was 2 against 10,000, and boy, did we beat those two guys up. More likely what happens. Like if you're severely outnumbered, you will lose, almost certainly.
So you would do it under any rules?
Sure.
All right, let's go. I like it. I like the fact that you're interested in doing this. It's fun. It makes it fun.
Yeah, I mean, I could, this could be an exercise in hubris.
We'll find out. Yeah. We can find out. I like the fact that Zuck's interested in it too. I like the fact that he trains so much.
Yeah, I mean, there aren't very many ways to actually, if you stick to the rules of jiu-jitsu, like for example, if you want to put someone in an arm lock, you have to be able to extend their arm. Mm-hmm. And if somebody is strong enough that you cannot extend their arm, then you're limited to
chokes,
and you can do an arm lock across the groin with both arms and legs. Like there's no way for him to do arm lock like a single arm lock. He couldn't do it because
single arm lock.
Like if you try to do a lock on the side.
So like it's side control.
If you try to do an arm bar on the side, one arm across the knee, or across the thigh, like you have to be able to extend the arm. Mm-hmm. So your essentially your triceps have to be able to exceed the strength of their bicep is what it comes down to. But if you cannot exceed the strength of their bicep, then you will not be able to do an arm extension.
I'm not sure what are you talking about, like a Kimura, like a straight arm bar?
Yeah.
Oh, so you're talking about like with just the arms,
where you just have one arm, like if it's one arm versus one arm.
But that's never the case. It's almost always the whole body's engaged.
If one person is much stronger than another, then that's the move.
Yeah, but
it's a very fast move because you can take someone right from a throw, mm-hmm. drop them on the floor, right into an arm bar.
Yeah. Okay. That's a very specific arm bar.
10 seconds.
Right. That's a rare arm bar. You never see that in MMA.
Yeah. I mean, it's also just that UFC is not just jiu-jitsu. You can punch people.
Right.
I mean, most people have not been punched in the face. I've been punched in the face. So, it just comes as a surprise.
Yeah.